Hello everybody, thank you for checking out my video day 2 of the 45 Years of Terror convention. So right now you're seeing the after party from day 1, and then after this you'll be seeing the day 2 of the convention. Just to kind of give you a little heads up on what to expect, in this video you'll be seeing my interaction that I had with James, Jude, Courtney from the recent Halloween trilogy, playing Michael Myers in all 3 of those films. And you also get to see some panels stuff from John Carpenter himself, who is here, which is very cool. And yeah, you get to see some musical acts, a cool tribute from the Michael Myers band, which is coming up here. And yeah, I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but thank you for checking out this video. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and share this video and like and all that good stuff. One last thing, I wanted to tell a quick story because I don't have any footage of it, but basically, as we were sitting there eating at these tables that you see here, all these round tables, we were sitting there eating, and nothing was assigned. Everything was just sit wherever you wanted. So I'm sitting there eating, and I look over and I see this older gentleman. He's like sitting down. I take a couple looks at him, and I'm like, oh my god, I think that's Tom Morga. He played Michael Myers in Halloween 4, which is like one of my favorite Halloween movies, and I think he did a great portrayal of Michael. But just anyways, long story short, he sat down on a table and it was very cool. Everybody was super quiet. I don't even know if they recognized him at first, but I know I did. So anyways, I just kind of made a small little comment to him to kind of break the ice, and I was like, oh, you gonna come chill with us here? Because I knew who he was. And he was like, oh, if you don't mind. Man, that guy's such a cool, nice guy. That was pretty much like the only interaction I really had with him. After that, everybody kind of talked to him and took pictures with him, but I don't know, I just felt kind of rude doing that because at the convention you're supposed to pay for pictures and autographs, and I didn't want to come off as, you know, lame or anything by taking a free picture with him while we're all trying to eat, you know. But I did get a 1 or 2 quick shots of him, so maybe I'll post that picture up on this video. But I just kind of wanted to tell that little story because I just thought that was such a cool, badass moment. He could have literally sat anywhere, and he decided to sit at our table, so that was very cool. So anyways, sorry for taking up too much time. I just want to tell that little story, and yeah, enjoy the video. Here it is with the Michael Myers band.
Are you guys okay out there? Come on, make some noise, people! Saturday night here at the Convention Center in Pasadena. What's up, kids? You guys are scaring me right now, dude. It's awesome, dude. I know that dude right there. All right, let's do a sing-along. You guys ready to sing with us? You guys can be way back there and sing. It's totally cool. Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. make some noise out there, man. I'm gonna hire those guys from Big Already. That's where we're chill. That's where we're chill.
I don't have my yellow.
Especially Rob Zombie version, yeah, for sure.
And this is the aged resurrection mask, and I look at it, I think that's the kills mask. No, the
Knife. Yeah.
the kills knife, and it's like,
Right. That's right. That's right.
like dang, man.
No, I already have one.
Yeah, those are actually really good.
Alright guys, so at this point I'm sitting at the table of James, Jude, Courtney, about to meet the Michael Myers that was in the recent trilogy, and basically I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what happens in this interaction. So as I'm waiting here, I already have my questions in mind. My buddy had left because he wanted to go talk to Brad Harden from Halloween 6. So I don't have him with me right now at this point to take a picture with James. So first I give him a compliment because I do want to let him know that his Michael, that I do enjoy his portrayal of Michael Myers. I thought it was great. And I wanted to ask his opinion on the fans that complain about Halloween Ends and how there's very little Michael. And basically kind of want to get his thoughts on if that was the entire intent starting from Halloween 18, like was it always going to go in that direction, or did something major happen leading up to that point? Maybe they decided to change their mind on how they wanted to take the story of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode.
good. All right, man.
Life is good, dude.
Yeah. Would you like your name on this?
Please.
What is it?
Brett.
Brett? What two T's? Two T's, got it.
How's things going at the convention? You enjoying yourself and everything?
Dude, I love these. There's so many nice people. There's so many wonderful people, you know?
As you're doing that, I just have to ask. I've been wanting to ask you for a long time. Well, first I want to say is, your Michael, your portrayal of Michael, like, I think it's top up there. Like, I love your Michael, like the way you did him and everything is great. I just want to know, like, to the fans that aren't a fan of Halloween Ends, like, what do you have to say about people that complain or that don't? They complain basically Michael's not really much in it, and also my other question.
As you guys will see, is blank because my buddy comes back from talking to Brad Harden, and he notices I have my GoPro, so he tells us no recording. So we had to put the GoPro down, but the GoPro kept recording. So we have the audio of me asking the question, and you guys will hear it now of me getting his answer.
Was that the direction the whole time when they announced the films ahead of time? That was the direction that was going to go in?
So I characterize it like this. So I played football. The most important thing you do on a football team is buy into the coach's program. You can't buy into the coach's program. You have no chance of winning the one winning the championship. You got to buy into the coach's program. You can't fuck out of the locker and go find a team. Go run a school. Go run a team. It's the exact same way with making a film. You've got to buy into the director's vision. And if you don't like it, or you can negotiate. But so my job is to show up and do my absolute best every single day to contribute to the film. And trust David Gordon Lee's vision, which I do. The man's brilliant. He knew exactly what he was doing when he did ends. And I'll bet dollars to fucking donuts 10 years from now, if you and I have this conversation, a good portion of people who hate it are going to come around to like it. And it's going to become a cult classic, just like Halloween.
You guys can say Halloween 3 and Halloween 13.
Right. So, I'd say David's doing this. So let's give him time to see his vision. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm just honored they're working.
Well, appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for meeting me. Yeah, have a great day, and we'll see you at the panel.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys. So yeah, that was my interaction with James, Jude, Courtney. I definitely was trying to be respectful when asking the question because it can come off, I guess, rude. Me personally, as a huge Halloween fan, I did not like Ends. Halloween 2018 to me, I really did enjoy. For me personally, I just thought Halloween Ends took a deep dive downhill. And so I was always just curious, you know, over the years, if this was going to be the vision the entire time when Halloween 2018 got announced, because I know that they had other films planned, but they weren't sure if they were going to move forward with them until they saw how successful 2018 was. I was just curious if that was the plan the whole time. And yeah, what'd you guys think of James's answer? Feel free to comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys agree, or do you guys think he's kind of really doesn't like it and he's really disappointed with how it came out? Tell me what you guys think. I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think. So, all right, so yeah, let's continue on to the video. This is day 2 of the Halloween 45 convention. We're about to head into some panels.
Fireside chat.
Yes, it'll be a fireside. Where's everybody? Photos. They're going to be a hand photo on the costume.
I love you, Kathleen.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. Who was that?
Me. All of us. It was all of us. Yeah.
Any questions for Kathleen while she's here? She's leaving to go do a movie in, 20 minutes?
Yeah, about 20. Yeah.
Hey, you have the best kill.
Oh.
Yes, see? Yes. I had no idea mine existed.
Right? Me either. That was such a
You've commandeered my panel. Yeah, if you would like to come up, please. Yes. So, everybody, welcome to the H4 and H5 panel. So, I'm going to introduce everybody. Hi. I know you're in a rush. I know that.
but I'll talk slow.
And sir, thank you, Kathleen Kinmont and Sasha Jensen. And to complete our panel, Mr. Tom Morgan, Don Shanks, Matt Walker, and Jeffrey Landman. And you'll have to share mics, my apologies.
I say that every day.
Should we spread out?
You can sit together, you can share a microphone, you'll be good. Yep.
When we were doing the scene where I knock him into the window and stuff, he wanted to do his own stunts. And, you know, okay, I'll knock you into the window, but going over the railing, I think the stunt guy should do it. I go, but they won't see your face. He goes, oh, okay. As long as they weren't seeing his face, he didn't care. But he was really a gentleman, and Peter O'Toole, they had approached him about doing a Pirandello play in London. And he said, well, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I think Donald Pleasance is the best actor for this. Matter of fact, I think he's the best actor in England, which is quite, you know, something to say. Thank you.
Nice. So I wanted to ask a question of all of you, and Kathleen, if you could start. How is it to keep that level of intensity in a film like this? How draining is it? How hard is it to keep that fear level going, take after take after take in a movie like this?
Well, I always find that the best advice my mother, Abby Dalton, ever gave me was to pace yourself when you step onto a film set, right? Conserve your energy. And nothing is more prevalent in that than with a horror film, because you have to get to that level quite often. And there are times where you're just like, there's so many other things going on, and they're just placing leaves, or they're placing smoke, or somebody's touching you and you're just not in it. But what I did once was when everybody had broken for lunch and the house still had a little bit of smoke in it, and I walked through it with the light coming through the stained glass window, and it was so eerie. I felt the energy of the house and just everything that we were doing, and it was very, very real, and it pretty much stayed with me throughout the entire film. And then everyone that worked with me, the stuntmen, you know, George Wilbur, Tom, everybody, you know, there were so many great people, Sasha. You've got great actors, Danielle, Ellie, that support you, and a great director that keeps you motivated, but feeling the energy of the house really helped. What about you, Sasha?
Intensity? Oh, well, I didn't feel like it was hard at all. I felt kind of like, I think we were shocked because I think we were talking about it before. Back when this movie happened, it was during the time when if there was a 3 next to a movie, it was already dead. And now we're doing 4. And so we went out there, we didn't know what we were doing. You know, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. It was like our first job. It was my first job, and I'm like, oh, I get to stay in a hotel. And and I didn't know that, you know, we went to high school together. It's like I'm with my buddy, and then all of a sudden while we were there, it was like, oh, the set deck is really good, and the atmosphere is really good, and the house is really eerie, and Michael's really, so it was, I think it was a surprise. I think with youth and adrenaline and the excitement, the energy level was not difficult. So we were working late, and it was like all of a sudden it's like, this is really the coolest thing I've done in a long time, you know. And so I think we were just psyched, you know. It wasn't hard.
Well, I
think when you're talking about intensity, I don't know, as a stuntman, well, this is what we do. Well, we do a lot of stuff that's action, and camera rolls, you turn it on and you do it. It's might for us more be compared to like playing football, you know? When they say hike and the ball's in action, all of a sudden you're in action. So it's not real difficult to maintain because you're there when you need to be. And it's a different point of view. I mean, what you see on screen is all this intensity, all this thing happening, but if you're on the other side where we're making that piece, for instance, I'm gonna take a shotgun and I'm gonna impale this girl into a door. Well, there's a lot to make sure you hit your mark and make it look right, and you gotta make the intensity, but you're not gonna hurt somebody, so you have all these other things going on, and there's this filmmaking part of the intensity that we bring to that moment when they say action, but I would compare it more to like professional football, and for stunt guys it's kind of that way. You're pretty much in shape, and talk about being in shape. This guy here is a monster. And anyway, we have no trouble bringing the energy up, and we can turn it on when we need to, and I think that's how we maintain that intensity for us.
Yes, and I'd also like to add the brilliant music and the score, all the post stuff that's placed in scenes like this is 50%. To me, I mean, I don't know, movies are visual meeting sound. So that sound has just as much of an importance in the final product that gets that kind of the vibe that you're really looking for. So I really appreciate the post guys.
Yeah, I think, as they say, that the score is the glue that puts the music, that puts the whole film together.
For real.
Hey, lift your hands high, please. Who's right there? I see your hand. Right there, glasses. Go ahead and stand up. Your favorite memory of working on Halloween 4?
Sasha? Our love scene.
Yeah.
He's thinking it, I'm going to say
The
it.
fireside horror scene that we had to do.
Yes, such a horrific moment.
It was horrible.
We really did go to high school together. He took my best friend to prom. I hooked him up for prom, and I went with another friend. And when we saw that we were going to be working together, we were so thrilled because it takes so much.
Yeah, it was great.
Because, you know, it was kind of PG, but kind of R at the same time. Especially because when the dad gets home, that just makes it sexier somehow.
And of course, to be able to do Michael was a special treat. I shared that with George P. Wilbur, and I did the first part of the movie, so when the film was over, he had credit in the film. But like Don was saying, we're stunt guys, and our job is to make the actor look good, so we don't really get credit back in those years, it wasn't necessarily something you looked for because you weren't always given credit. A lot of actors would never admit that they had a stuntman back in the old days because, you know, yeah, there you go. There, you know, oh yeah, I did all that. And you just really try to make the actor look good. And oftentimes, if asked, you'd say that, yeah, I showed him everything he needed to do and I demonstrated it for him, but he did all the stuff. Wink, wink. And then, for me to be considered the three-time iconic character, you're the ones that say, I did Leatherface. And the reason I say that, I won't take credit for myself because Bob Elmore was the stuntman who doubled for Leatherface and did all that action in the film. And on one day when I came to the set, I was just getting there because I was supposed to double for the radio. I'm a manager and get killed by Leatherface, which I did. But when I got there, they had been doing that bridge scene all day long. Bob's arm was hurt because he's holding this chainsaw while standing on the edge of a pickup truck trying to saw the top of a convertible while they're going backwards on the bridge. And his arm was hurting, and the coordinator says, hey, listen, Tom, we're going to do an IMO shot, just a getaway shot. Can you just jump in this stuff and do that one take for us? I said, sure, so I did it. And that takes that long in the movie, and I don't really want to take credit for being Leatherface when Bob Elmore did the entire film with all the stunts and, of course, the actor himself. But if you say, okay, I did 3.
Two questions, but I'll ask my question to Kathleen first. I was wondering, is it true that you were willing to show some more skin in your love scene with Sasha? And the director said no, and if so, what was he thinking?
Great question. Great question.
Yes, I was definitely willing to do whatever the scene needed. I was
Damn you,
comfortable. And I think he was thinking he wanted the rating that he wanted. So, and I think also Mustafa was a conservative individual. And I think that, personally, I think it's sexier, quite honestly, to not show and to give that allure and to give that tantalizing frustration to the world. I think that's an important emotion that we should all have. You know, you don't always get an eyeful, and I think that it keeps people kind of coming back a little bit instead of being so like, why, you know? So I think it was effective. I think it was very sexy that way. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to.
I think they made choices while they were doing the movie that they thought they may really have something here. You know, it's because the other choice would have been if she totally dropped it. The whole film would have been in a different classification. You know, it's like I think it was a choice while they were doing it that this might be an elevated film that could put oxygen into the franchise instead of like, let's just see how much money we can make quick.
Right. And we also had a 9-year-old carrying the film, a 9-year-old girl. So I think that might have had some kind of weight to it, you know, like this, we still wanted the kids to see the film.
Well, when I first watched it with my dad back in the 90s, he was super disappointed during that moment.
You can tell him I said you're welcome.
Okay. My second question was to Dawn. You spoke about a deleted scene in Halloween 5 where you killed the police officers at the children's clinic. I was wondering if you were killing them from the shadows or if Michael was supposed to be kind of walking through them like the Terminator, like getting shot as he's killing them.
About the killing SWAT team, was it? Dominic and Don Pike was the coordinator, were kind of having a feud. And one night we went out and we shot a whole second unit. I'd be killing the SWAT team. I mean, I broke a guy's neck and spun his head around and stomped him in the dirt. I put an AK-47 through a guy's head. And there's like a sequence where they're coming at me and I'm just killing them as I go. And now we're wound up in the show. You can hear it on the radio when the guy's listening to it, you know, when I come up and kill him. And I want to know, where Michael get his driver's license? He wasn't very good at it.
I'd like to know that as well.
Was Michael getting shot as he was killing the police officers? Were they shooting Michael as he was killing the police officers and he just kept on going? Or were you killing them from the shadows?
Oh, it was a shot behind me. And you can see the guys coming in this side, and they're just taking the knife and I'm taking them out. Or I grab one, you know, and then they did a shot of just my feet and how they're falling down. And, you know, it's just, there's an old trick where you have the camera moving and you run around the camera. And you may have a hat on this time and a coat. You run around the camera and you take your coat and hat off and you do another fall. And then you come back as, you know, we do, you know, several people that way. You know, we did it in Dream West. I must have died, in one 5-minute segment, I died 15 times, I'm sorry. But you just, you know, it's one of those, you know, it was continuing, you know, and Mustafa used to poke at Don, like, you know, the stuntmen are reacting too soon, and blah, 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 this, and he goes, well, do your next one without a stuntman. He goes, well, Don does blah, blah, he goes, he's a stuntman. But anyway, you know.
Well, everybody, I want you to give it up for the wonderful cast and crew of Halloween 4 and 5.
Hello, everyone. I feel like a pastor or a rabbi up here. It's very quiet, so feel free to make some noise, guys. My name is Spencer Charnas, and I play in a band called Ice Nine Kills. Yeah! I've built pretty much my entire career off my love of horror films, and in particular, slashers. And like many of you, a small, low-budget film written and directed by the great John Carpenter called Halloween is what kicked off my lifelong obsession with the genre. As my love for this film franchise grew, I discovered my other die-hard passion through the help of MTV and Headbangers Ball, and that was heavy metal music. Yeah! One of my absolute favorite bands growing up was White Zombie. I'm actually wearing the White Zombie shirt I bought when I was about 8 or 9. It never fit me until I was an adult, so I do have pictures of me wearing the shirt. It's down to my friggin' knees. Pretty funny. But there was just something about White Zombie, their unique combination of bizarre melodies and lyrics, crushing power chord progressions, sinister industrial synth, all of that combined with Rob's love of old school, down and dirty, Toby Hooper, So Tar, spoke to me in a way that still influences me to this day. So needless to say, when I heard back in 2006, 2007 era that not only was one of my favorite movies of all time being remade, but it was going to be written and directed by one of my favorite musicians of all time. So excited was an understatement. Like most installments of any wildly popular franchise, it was met with a divisive response from the fans. Fuck you guys, sorry. And anytime you remake a movie that most genre aficionados consider the holy grail of slashers, you've got some big shoes to fill. But, in my opinion, not only did these two films fill the shoes, but they strapped on a big black industrial combat boots and stomped their way through an extremely violent, powerful, and original path that was all their own, grossing a combined total of over $120 million at the box office. The numbers speak for themselves. I am very honored now to welcome to the stage the extremely talented stars that brought Rob Zombie's vision to life and death in some cases. So make some noise for the cast of Rob Zombie's Halloween and its sequel, Halloween 2. Maybe I can sit down. I'll stand. I like the whole pastor analogy earlier.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, Dave! Everyone make some noise for Dave. So, Dave, let's start with you. Everybody, just go down the line and tell everybody what role you played in which of the two films. We'll start there.
Not a word. What? Sorry, I'm late, y'all.
Hi. I'll speak slower.
We're having a hard time hearing you.
We can't understand you. It's echoey.
Hey!
Okay, what part did everyone play is what he was asking.
I can't hear you either, so that's a good sign.
Always the mother.
Okay.
What part did you play?
Me?
There you go,
okay.
Dave.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Deg, aka Great Deg. I played young Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween.
Is that okay?
And the wonderful Tyler Main, everybody.
Hello, thank you so much. My name is Danny Roebuck, and in Halloween I am Lou Martini and then Big Lou. I own the strip club in 1 and 2.
And got to rip his face off.
My name is Ken Forey. I played Joe Grizzly. I think you guys know who I am.
Is Dwayne Whitaker out there? He's supposed to join us for the panel as well. Is he out there? I don't think so. I've been given bad information.
Is there an open bar there? We'll find him somewhere.
So everybody up on this panel was killed by Michael Myers, obviously, except Dave and Tyler.
That's right, Squirt.
So Tyler, let's start with you. How did you become involved with this film, and tell us about the experience when you first learned that you were getting the role of a horror lifetime?
This is all I heard. What was the question?
Sylvia?
I would like to talk about Rob Zombie and the hair situation. So, quickly, when I got to do the part, it said in there that I was going to be naked, and I thought, fine, whatever. But no one wants to see my lady bits, huge. So, stupid me thought, I'm gonna shave completely naked, and then it will be a rated X movie, right? I'm so stupid. Or they'll have to give me a stripper skirt. No, Rob likes hair. So I show up, and I'm naked, and in the were you in the makeup trailer then? No, for the hair? And so
You'd remember.
So lots of times they'll have hair, hair on one side of the trailer and makeup in the same trailer, but on the other hair. So I get there, and the makeup gentleman, his name was Daniel N-O-E, and he's wonderful. And he said, okay, so Rob likes a full 70s bush. So we have that for you. And so I'm standing there like this. And I'm standing there, and I'm naked, right? And Daniel, sweet Daniel, is on his knees, and he's sewing. It's called a merkin. Yes, and he's sewing it, he's tucking it, and then his wife FaceTimes, and she's like, hi, honey. I'm like, hi, it's fine. I'm not flirting with you. Anyway, so for 2009, the Three from Hell, he asked me, he said, do you still have the bush? And I said, well, if it's good enough for Rob Zombie, it's good enough for me. So that's my hair story. And anyone casting, I now have a full lady garden, because again, if it's good enough for Rob, it's good enough for me.
Do you want to talk about that experience too?
I have one comment on that. Mrs. Roebuck checks in while we're shooting this scene. How's it going? I go, it's interesting, this girl's completely naked. And my wife goes, what did you say? And I said, no, she's completely, she's so great, she's the nicest girl. You're on the set with a girl completely, yeah, but it's work, click. You can't convince them it's hard.
And that device you were speaking of, Sylvia, that's a merkin, is that correct? Merkin. Okay, it's a pubic wig. Obviously, one of the most memorable roles from part one is Joe Grizzly. Everybody can agree with that. We got Taco Burrito Supreme talking back at you. Can you tell us a little bit about that character and your fight with Tyler, which looked so badass in the bathroom?
Okay. I got a call. No, I'm sorry. I
I got a script, and it said Rob Zombie. And I'm a rhythm and blues guy, so I had no idea. I like music, I like good music, wherever it's coming from, country, classical, whatever it is. It's good, I like it, whatever it is. But and rock. But I'm not if you want to put me somewhere, it's kind of where I grew up in Motown, right? So I get the script, there's Rob Zombie. I look at it, I said, this is something. So my agent calls me. I don't know. My agent calls me about a month later and says, did you read that script? I said, what script are you talking about? He said, the one that says Rob Zombie. It's from Rob Zombie called Devil's Rejects. I said, that's real? He said, yes, read it. They want to know if you're interested. So I read it, and I said, okay. Pretty good characters, brief dialogue, funny stuff. So Robert, I got in touch with him. I went down to meet him, spent 20 minutes in his office, talked, he said, okay, this is the deal. Went back, did Devil's Rejects. Calls me again after Rejects, and he says, kid, got a part for you. It's not a big part. I said, how big part? He said, well, it's not that big, but I really like you to do it. So I looked at him. I said, oh my goodness, this is in the bathroom, it's a trucker. He said, what's he doing here? What's going on? And I saw there was a line there that what we have down is a faggot. Struggles cool, man. I said, well, I can't resist this. I can tell you that line of the second person, love struggles smart, and I think he was thought things for me as an actor and character. And then he gets his Tyler, gets his haberdashery from me. Okay? And I said, okay. So I called Rob and said, okay, I'll do this. And I'm getting ready, and I understand that Tyler is about 6'10", right? 6'7"-ish, somewhere 6'8", something. 6'10". 6'7", just a little bit taller. Okay. I say the big guy, right? I said, okay, I'll get ready because I'm getting in shape. I'm staying in pretty good shape. I got to wrestle with this guy, so he's got to want to make it real. And in my boxing around, I pivot and I twist my knee. So I go to the emergency room and they tell me, I said, listen, I've been about 3 weeks, I've got to fight this guy that's about 7 and I need to fix this knee. Well, we can't fix this for you, you're just going to have to rest it. I said, no, you don't understand. I have to fight this guy. It's going to be a hell of a fight in the back. This guy about 7 foot. I need this defense now. No one's already been telling you, you have to rest it. I said, no, you don't understand. Emergency room, you fix it, do something. Anyway, they call security. And they threw me out of the hospital. And so I tried to rest. I taped it up, got on the set, and Rob, we were walking down the set between the Honey White and he said, Ken, when you walk in, I want you to go to the mirror, I want you to pirouette, and they come back to me and say, oh, what are you, mother? I said, Rob, I can't do that. He said, he looked at me and said, you hurt your knee, didn't you? You hear what I'm saying to you? He said, he didn't take a beat, he looked at me and said, you hurt your knee, didn't you? I said, yeah. He said, well, just do what you can. So, I went in, and one of the famous jokes between Rob and myself is that he says, Ken, just go in there say what you want to say, let them know what you're going to say anyway. So, and it'll work. I said, okay. And so one of the ad-libs that has become as viral as the line in famous line in Dawn of the Dead, when there's, I got to get a lot of children. I'm Joe Grizzly Bitch was an ad-lib. I didn't realize that I forgot it. So I saw it about 6 months ago. Somebody put it on Instagram or something. The scene, and us preparing for the scene, and then Rob watching it on his viewfinder, and then hearing me say, I'm just listening, bitch. He said, where did that come from? What was that? Did you see that? On Instagram? No, it was crazy. The show was setting it up, talking about it, we talking about, you can swing this way, you talk about giving each other, helping each other, where we're going to go with the scene, and how we're going to physically make it happen. And then we go and we make it happen. And then when I say I'm Joe Grizzly Bitch, right behind the viewfinder, where did he get that? And I'm looking at Joe and saying, oh, well, you said that then. So as someone said, Rob is always someone who gives you, as an actor, he wants his material, he wants his line set, he wants you to hear the character going how it's written. But if you have something that you can offer, something happens, let's see, it's organic, and it works. He loves it like any other audience. So he's a great director in that sense. So I love to work with him. I love working with him. Love to work with him again. I think that's it. I'm thinking of
Yeah, absolutely. Another very memorable line from the film is delivered by Adam up here, who plays Steve. And you say, what do you say? What's the line that people remember you for the most?
Hey, let's do it with the mask on.
Let's do it with the mask on. Was that an ad-lib? Was that?
That was, no. Rob is really creative and he inspires people to wear their original selves. And so it's just a metaphor, right? You should always have sex with your mask on. It's not. No, it's just, it's really cool to be part of a scene that incorporates the iconicism of the mask. And so to be able to have a real reason for why it exists. My character in the original movie is like a 15-second part. It's just the kind of you get introduced to the family and okay, he leaves and then Jude immediately dies. And so for Rob's vision to have a real backstory for why we see Michael become the way he is, his first kills, why the mask exists, right? Why do we have this William Shatner rip-off mask existing? And we get this real story. And so yeah, it's nice that we get a little comedy, interjecting into it, like what you said earlier. It's nice that we get that mix of comedy along with horror, because what's the best way to get your defenses lowered? You have a good laugh, and then you get knifed for it.
And twists and all that sort of thing. So this is very exciting. It's the first time we really get to grill these folks on the news films. Let's bring them out. Ladies and gentlemen, our cast from Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. And not just that, we have Chris Nelson, who's also the effects designer. We have David Tyler, I believe. We have Rowan Campbell. We have Virginia Gardner. Carmela McNeil. Michael Small. We have Anthony Michael Hall. And I believe we have Robert Longstreet. Is Robert back there? I did not see him. He might be here. He might be joining us later. And James will be joining us later as well. James is here? Oh, there's Robert Longstreet. Okay. And yes, James will be joining us shortly in 1 minute. Oh, Ray and Race. Oh, okay, we got Ray and too. Hello. They just keep coming. It's great. And we have a Halloween clown car back there. Is that it for now? Okay. All right. So you guys got to share mics. I hope you can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? I know it's been echoing.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Chris, you're closest. We'll start with you. What was that call like where they call you up and they say, we're bringing back Michael Myers and you're doing the mask?
I was like, you're insane. No. I was super excited. It was Ryan Turek was the one who got me involved in this whole series. And sorry, I'm losing my voice, so I apologize. And it was super exciting because I was a huge Halloween fan ever since the first one came out. And I loved it and respected it. And I was so curious what we were going to do with it. And I love what we did with it. And I'm proud of it. And it was great. It was daunting, though, because as we know, the Mask stories over all those years and all the sequels and things like that. And some of them were great and some of them not so great. And I didn't want to be one of those guys that did something that wasn't so great. So I thought it needed to be right, and I approached it like a fan, and I approached it based on what I wanted to see in a Halloween mask, and wanted the effects to be practical, and so did David Gordon Green, and it was great. It was a wonderful experience, and I'm so thrilled to have been involved in it.
Mr. Campbell? Hello. Talk about you getting your phone call, and now I assume were you a fan of the films before? You kind of knew what they were, like these movies.
Oh yeah,
And you get a call, like it's mostly about you. What was that conversation like?
I wish I got a call and they were like, "You want to come do this?" I went through a lot of auditions, but I had no idea what I was auditioning for. So they were all fake signs. I had no idea, and then the first Zoom call I got on, they told me it was David 5 minutes before I got on the call. So again, I had no idea. And he was like, "Oh, we're doing this thing." And I was like, "Okay." In my head, I'm like, "Please be Halloween." I have no idea. Yeah, we did the sides again, and he was like, "Sweet, I'm gonna send you a script. You read it, and then we'll get back on a call in like an hour and a half." I was like, "Okay." So I open it, Halloween ends, and I'm flipping through the first few pages, and there's a babysitter, and whatever is gonna happen, like, "I'm gonna die. Let's figure out how I die." And then I kept going, and I kept going, and then I was at the end of the movie, and I was like, "Is this real? This is incredible." And I read it, and hopped back on a call with David, and he was like, "What do you think?" And I was like, I want to do this more than anything. This is incredible. And I thought it was such a cool take, and I just thought it felt like David, you know? I've been a fan of his forever, and a fan of Halloween forever. It was the first horror movie I ever watched, so yeah, I begged him to do the movie, and he said, "Come on board," and it's been amazing. So yeah, hard to believe it when they tell you what it is, but it was really special.
Now, Diva, you got to be in all three. They failed to kill you, and then you made a surprise comeback. What the hell? What is your secret to surviving Michael Myers?
You just got to figure out as you go.
But the real question is, did David tell you when you were making Halloween Kills? Did David tell you you're not really dead? Don't worry, you're gonna come back, or was that a surprise to you as well?
Well, not at first. I think they hadn't done the dailies or what have you, but sometime down the road, he called me up and he said to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "What do you want me to be doing?" And I said, "What are you going to say?" And he said, "You know, you didn't actually die. You know, the camera went off before you actually stopped breathing." I said, "Oh, really?" But he said nothing else. And time went by, he said, "You know that I was coming back," which was really cool because when I first did the Halloween, Dan McBride was out there on set, and he's like, "How did you like it?" I said, "Oh, I loved it." I said, "I appreciate you all not killing me off in the first 8 minutes, because most of us go in the first 8 minutes." You know, I was like 5 to 8 minutes. 5 to 8 minutes. You know, like so. He said, "Yes, but you die in the sequel." And I'm thinking, oh, he's just joking. If you know Danny McBride, he's really funny. I'm thinking he's just joking. But it actually came to fruition. And so yes, I thought that I was a goner. And then again, he reached out and said, "So, what are you doing on such and such date?" I said, "Whatever you want me to be doing on such and such date." And so he brought me back in, and he said, "Well, you won't be able to talk, so you won't have lines, so it's gonna be super easy." He said, "You have a tracheotomy." I said, "Oh." And so he said, "Just come and hang out with us and have some fun." I said, "I'm on my way." And I thought that it was amazing what he was able to do with what he was working with and what he brings out in people. So he's a really awesome guy to work for and work with. And so I love it. I love all of it. Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, because I got to see my revenge.
Virginia, talk about trying to keep a straight face with that kid. And
Oh my God.
that is, I don't know if I've ever laughed so hard at a Halloween movie when that kid just starts talking about his toenails for some reason.
It was all Julian. I mean, that kid is just hilarious, and he just kind of was given free rein to just like roast me, and so I'm just sitting there like he's just throwing every insult he could possibly think of at me, and then starts talking about clipping his toenails, and I mean, we were all just dying. Like he was just coming up with all of this stuff off the cuff, and I credit Julian to making that seem what it is, because he's just hilarious. It's great.
I didn't get my script until right before we were going to Wilmington to film. I just got it then. So right before you get your script, you get a whole bunch of other stuff, and you get NDAs and things like that. So I'm like, this is a lot of stuff that I'm filling out prior to getting the script. Like, I wouldn't fill all that out for a little tiny part, I don't think, right? So I'm just filling things out. But I almost like, they could have signed my life away. I would have never known, because I was just trying to get to the script. So when I finally got to the script, I did just like Roman. I was like going through, my husband and I laid on the ground on the floor in our room, and I just kept going through, and I'm like, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm getting in the car, I'm about to die. I'm still in it. I'm out the car. I was like so happy that I was still in it. That I just kept going, and I was like, and I'm still in it, I'm still in it. And then I was like, I died, but I died so fucking awesome. Like, and I was like, excuse my language, I'm sorry. But I was like, I just can't wait to see how they do this, because I couldn't understand how they would do it, but they did it, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. Like, it's such a dream come true. And I love all of you guys for being here and loving this franchise and loving us. Thank you.
Now for Robert, I guess this question works for Anthony too. The two of you, you're playing characters who were in the original film, but obviously not with the same actors. Did you go back and look at that at all? Did you already know about it? Were you fans?
Did I know about the first Lonnie?
The first, yeah, the role in the first film.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't believe that I'm in this movie. If I had told my 16-year-old self when I was watching Halloween that I was ever going to be part of it, I would have told you that you were absolutely insane. And I just met him the other day, and this is our first convention for both of us, so it was just really kind of lovely.
I'm sorry, what was the question again? I really didn't echo it.
You and Robert were both taking over roles that originated in the first film.
Right.
You went back and looked at it, and you just went in total blank slate.
Yeah, I mean, I just went in, like I was fortunate enough to take a nice meeting with David, and then I screen tested, and I gotta say, after making this film, I was never more amped and pumped for a film to come out. I'm so happy and honored to be a part of the franchise. You guys make it what it is. There's no audience, there's no us, so we love you guys, and it was just a thrill to be a part of, So I just kind of transmuted the energy that I felt getting the role
as much as I could. And just a great group of people. I was really so impressed with David, Danny, and there's a great close-knit crew that they have. All the guys, they all went to college together. It was just a great, nice family vibe and environment that they created on the set, which is really conducive to good work. And just honored and excited to be a part of this. I had a great time. Thank you. And you're one of the first people we see in the 2018 film, and it's your character that brings Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, back into the fold. I was just curious about shooting that first scene with her. What was that vibe like on set, or it was the first time anyone was seeing Laurie Strode and so on?
Gosh, it was wild. It was an interesting day. It was a bit chilly outside, and we came into that room and it just felt so authentic. I mean, she really brings that energy to the set. I forgot immediately that it was Jamie Lee Curtis. It was Laurie. It was quite easy to do the interview. And I was thinking, we've got to get a good angle on this podcast, guys. I mean, ultimately wanted them to face each other, and I mean, yeah, of course, it's a little exploitative, but that would have been a great podcast. And yeah, that was obviously a bad move.
Since we have Mr. Nelson here with us, for those of you who were blessed to be the victims of his work, I was just curious, what was that process like for you? Was that the first time that you had done something, or at least that extensive? And Chris, talk about working with those that you did. Who was the biggest pain in the ass? No, I'm kidding. Who was the? It was you. Matters all. But yeah, just talk about working with them, and you know.
Everybody. The thing. I mean, look, it's kind of like anybody that's going to be in a Halloween film or that's a fan of Halloween. The first thing they want to do is get killed, and they want their kill to be great. You know, everybody wants their kill to be super cool. It's like anybody here would, you know, would love to be killed by Michael Myers in a film. So it's always challenging to try to come up with something new and different and fun and creative, but gory. And we just had so much fun. And most of the time it was David. Most of the time David's, you know, just going, we're going to do this, we're going to gouge this guy's eyes out. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And so I think the toughest gag I had to do on all the movies, the hardest one was yours, was the neck. Because David kind of changed it over and over again, and we had to constantly rework it. And the idea was that he has this knife, and I can't remember what it used to be, but then it ended up, we had to build something that... Wasn't it a slash? It was a slash. You got your throat slashed, and it was real simple. And then it became you plunging the knife in, letting go, and pulling it out, which is an easy gag to do. And then it became, you push the knife in, you take your hand off it, the knife stays there, it bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. You fall down, she comes and pulls it out, which is a really hard thing to do, and David likes to do everything all in one take. You know, so it's like, no recess, you know, and you can't get blood on everything, even though he wants a lot of blood on everything, and you know, you can't change it's always something, but that was my hardest gag in all three of the movies, I swear to God. And it's on screen for like that, you know. But they were all fun. Divas was amazing with the light bulb in your neck, which was that was in the script. David's idea was like, oh, stab her in the neck with the light bulb. I'm like, that's weird, okay. And so that was a tricky gag to do. I mean, they're all pretty tricky. I think my favorite is stabbing him in the eye with the knife. I think that was one of my favorites. But they're all fun. Everyone was great, and everybody that I tortured on those movies, there was nobody there that wasn't 100% behind it and into it. For those who, we have a scary around.
happy to see you now. Hello, guys, sir. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
No one getting up to give me a seat.
All right, fine.
I'll stand here behind. No, get down. Get.
Sit on my lap.
You're excited. You have another chair around? Mike is such a nice guy.
Now about my sequel, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker sometime soon.
Well, all I can say is I am amazed and feel amazing to be a part of Halloween franchise. And it is true, you come to work and you do the work, but you walk away with so many friends and so many people that maybe you would normally not have an opportunity to meet. And then a lot of these people I've seen on screen before I ever came on and never thought that I'd be working with them. I'm honored. In the same way that I'm honored to see all of your faces coming out to support and show love, mad love. For what we do. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention this. As you can see, all of us in human form, we're here to entertain you. And that's not something. And what we have hearts beating. So our heart and our soul is into it. And what we give you is coming from that point, that place. And that's something that artificial intelligence cannot do. You love us. And when they try to bring the artificial intelligence, you say, hell no.
Let me hear that. Let me hear that. Hell no.
I want to hear you say it. Hell no. Thank you.
Hear that, Bob Iger?
They did this for me yesterday on my birthday. And they're in the 78 panel. They don't need to sing happy birthday to me again.
Dude, you're a day older.
I appreciate it. Just the thank you is great enough. Let these guys talk. You don't want to hear me.
Let's just do the last two words. To you. You know, guys, fuck Sean's heart. Let's sing the whole goddamn song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you.
All right, anybody want a piece of this? Because I don't really like cake. No, sorry. They got me pies. I'm a pie guy. But where's that cake going to be where they can get a piece? Well, they can't go in the green room. Yeah, walk up and grab a chunk or something. All right, thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your shot. Rest up. We're going to be back in 5 years for Halloween 50. Everybody coming back for Halloween 50? Yeah! It's 50. We got it 50. I think we have time for a couple more real quick ones.
Over here.
Yes, you, sir.
Just wanted to say, I was calling over that side. So fucking right. Holy shit. Another thing, man, all 3 movies I saw like twice in the theater. The last one I saw fucking 3 times. I broke as shit, but like I love what you guys did. Like every actor on here is like 100% just amazing. And the third one, fucking great cherry on top for everything. So I just want to say thank you.
Dude, I want to thank you, and just to let you know, we really enjoyed taking every motherfucker's last dime. I was so happy to know that you went without a meal for a week to watch all of This guy, man, he's had something for a while.
Yeah. All right, my question is quickly for Rowan and for James.
Can you please tell me, with your famous tussle where Corey got the best of Michael, what vibe was, what vibe were they going
dude,
for?
let me tell you something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The lead up to this, just to clarify, it was another one of those things where it had to be absolutely perfect, because camera was stationary down the end of a tunnel, and we were in that tunnel, and it was sort of a silhouette, and it was so stressful that we had to get it perfectly framed, and also for it to look like there was a shift of weight enough for Corey to sort of slip under him. And that freaked me out enough, and then you could tell them what happened.
Okay, so let me tell you, because the camera angle is so low, they put a pad, but it's not a pad. It's about an inch on a concrete, right? And it's hard rubber on concrete. I pulled a concussion on that one. I pulled a concussion out of that one. I've had concussions. I know exactly what they feel like. It's a spike in the middle of the brain, then you get a halo. I think that was on the first one. And then, I can't remember which one it was. Well, that's why I have concussions. So we kept trying to get it right. And this dude's strong, man. This dude's strong. And so we're trying to get it exactly right, and it was hurt, man. Dude, I'm not 26 anymore. I'm 66, right? And I feel like I'm a good athlete, but your body just doesn't recover the way, you know what I mean? And Rowan would jack me up and then throw me down. We didn't get it right, and finally my body at one point just pussied out. My body went, "Fuck you, Jim. I am not doing this." So Rowan went to throw me, and I just rolled out of it like a martial artist would, instead of being picked up and thrown down. And the next time I went to Rowan, I said, "Dude, jack me up, man. Jack me the fuck up. Like, get me up there and slam me down." And this dude jacked me, man, and just body slammed me. And we heard David go, "We got it!" But
you know what I heard before David said we got it? I heard your entire spine. And if you watch the movie on that tape, there's a moment where he hits the ground, and I go, and then I grabbed the mask and did, because I was legit like, I think I just broke James. Because you came up to me, you smacked me on the back of your head, you were like, "Throw me." And yeah, we did it.
yeah, it was so much fun.
My breath left when you hit the ground.
My breath left too.
Yeah, that
We're wrapping up. The folks got to get back to their tables. Big round of applause for our panel here. It's at 4 p.m. It's a guy some of you might know the name of, John Carpenter.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, God. Have a seat. Have a seat.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us today. Let's have another round of applause for John Carpenter.
How many people here are local from Pasadena? All right. How many people are from Los Angeles? All right. How many people are from outside of Los Angeles? How many people? I recognize this band here. Why aren't you up here with me? Get up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Malika Kai. Sit down, sit down. Sit down. Malik took over from his dad, Mustafa, and has carried the Halloween franchise ever since. So how many people are from outside the United States? Wow. 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 Anybody from England? Oh, wow. Ireland? Yeah. New York. So what did you guys have any questions for us? We have nobody to ask us questions.
I'll just let you know, Nick's on his way.
Woo! Nick Castle. Yeah. Michael Myers himself, the Sheik.
Sure, that'll be good.
What are you going to do? Walk the audience?
I can walk the audience.
We're going to start. This is the opening act. We're doing a little bit of comedy first. Thank you all for coming to this wonderful, wonderful event. Look at the crowd here. Wow. All for me. So wait a minute, I'm going to sit down because I'm old. Here we go. So we're going to have some fun today. First of all, we're going to spend a lot of time with your questions and statements and threats to John Carpenter and Malik.
Don't encourage that.
What's that?
Don't encourage that.
Don't encourage that. That's true. Yeah, we don't want to do that. There may be some literal people out there.
Why don't you tell the audience how you and I know each other?
Wow, that's a good start because it's both a Nick Castle and John Carpenter story. In the fall of 1967, 68, 68, we met.
I'm not saying up here because this is about these legends, but there was a time on Halloween 2 I met you briefly, and then later on we were both getting kind of screwed on the first movie. And it's somehow I wrangled it out of that situation. And Biggie Smalls wanted to do a sample of John's great soundtrack. And I said, I can't do this without talking with the man. Is it okay with him? I call him up, and he immediately could tell I was nervous. He's like, Malik, you didn't sound nervous. I said, yeah, I'm talking to my idol. Anyway.
That's bullshit. I've never heard this story.
Swear to God.
Biggie Small.
And I said,
I never got a dime from
you.
You
Certainly did. And he said to me, he said, are they sending a check? I said, yeah, quite a big one. He said, do it.
Malik Akkad, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I have a question for you three girls in the front row, right over there. Where are you from? I'm from Florida. Wow, whereabouts?
Ocala, Florida. We know there's a show there, right? Spookala, yeah. And I'll be there.
What about you? Wow. Oh, very good, very good. And here comes Nancy Loomis from
Nancy Loomis, everybody.
Let's see. That's a good question, though. You know, I've met people from. Yell out. Who's been here from the furthest away? I know there was South Korea. Right there. Wow. Australia. Who's Australia? Back there. New Zealand. Okay. Germany. Anybody from Germany or France? He directed the first first episode.
Why didn't you bring this up?
Well, I thought I'd chill and read it.
Yeah, there's this TV deal I did, and it's interesting. It was a remote directing. I was in my front room, and the cast and crew was in Prague. Whoa. And I had it hooked up to my television. I could see through the camera, through my TV set, and it talked to everybody through a laptop. And it went great. 5-day shoot. Yeah. I woke up, fell out of bed, grabbed some coffee, action. That was it.
Well, that's one of your rules. Never leave the house unless you have to. I remember you told me that.
You know it. PJ has one of my rules for living successful. Do you guys know what they are? I bet you don't.
Well, that was the first one. I think you said don't ever eat fish.
Yeah, that's it. Don't ever leave the house unless absolutely necessary. Don't eat fish. Don't travel south of the border. You'll be fine.
Don't try to what?
Don't travel south of the border.
Oh, that's a good.
Wait a minute. You produced a movie called...
I wasn't there.
Called Vampires Los Muertos. You sent me down there.
I know.
Those are John's rules, not your rules.
Oh, man.
That's okay. Nobody ever saw that.
Bon Jovi, wasn't it? Bon Jovi was in there. And that kid is a big star.
Yeah, Diego Luna.
Big deal. Oh, and of course, all of Nick's casts have become big. Nick Castle is one of the great directors of all time. That's it. Thank you. That's it. Woo! Can you, Nancy, tell us a little bit about teaching and what do you teach? Please.
Yeah, I teach academic classes primarily in the theater department at Cal Poly Pomona, and this is going on my 14th year of teaching.
Do your students know who you are?
What?
Do your students know who you are?
Some of them, yeah, I think they do. But I don't let them, we don't talk about me in class.
Why not?
Because there's so much else to know about.
That you keep the legacy of Halloween alive and well.
Yeah, so we're going to take off. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed what I put together for the Halloween 45 convention. I tried to squeeze in as much good stuff in a short period of time as much as possible. I know it kind of ran long, but I do appreciate for anybody who stayed and watched, even if it was for 10 seconds or 10 minutes or more. I really do appreciate it. In closing, I just want to say, growing up as a Halloween fan and still seeing how many people embrace this franchise it's awesome. It's truly amazing. You know, I see people like myself with tattoos. I see other people with tattoos. I see people who do filming locations like myself as well. And I just love it. I think it's great. And I hope you guys out there continue to support this franchise. I hope we can continue to make more movies, TV shows, whatever it's going to be. And I hope we can keep doing it at a high level. So, as being a fan, I want to thank all the other fans for who came to the convention, or maybe couldn't make it, who watched this video. And I hope you guys really enjoyed it. So that's gonna do it for now, and I'll see you guys around. Keep checking on this channel. I'll be putting out a bunch of other videos, and also be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share, even leave a comment. You know, I'll be checking out the comment section as well to see if there's anybody who has any questions or may have something to say. I'll be there. So thanks again, like I said before, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.